So, America, I thought I would never tell this story, but this Supreme Court ruling has required me to tell it. So if you don't know, Richard Fowler, yours truly, used to be a greeter at Abercrombie Fitch. Have you tried our sexy shorts? Yes, indeed, America, it is true. I used to work there. I have some t-shirts to prove it. But I will tell you this about the company, because I know this to be the facts. So I was hired at Abercrombie Fitch with a mustache. I had a goatee back then, and if you go on Facebook, there's a picture of me with a goatee and cornrows when I was in high school. Yeah, I know. Funny, right? But I remember the company specifically asking me to shave my goatee because it was against their quote-unquote dress code policy. Well, I really didn't care because I quit anyway. But a Muslim woman who was turned down for a job at Abercrombie Fitch in 2008 because she wore a hijab. Yes, indeed, America, it is true. And as part of this story, she wore the hijab, and they said, because you wore it, we will not hire you here at Abercrombie Fitch. Now, according to the company, they said, well, she wore the headdress, so she didn't tell us she was Muslim, so we didn't hire her. And I'm just like, really? Is that the excuse you're using now? But either way, the Supreme Court ruled that the company cannot discriminate against a job applicant or an employee for religious reasons. Liberals and conservative justices did not buy Abercrombie's argument. And so she was 17 at the time. She interviewed for a job wearing her black hijab. And she was, she did not tell them that she was Muslim, but she was denied her ability to work at Abercrombie & Fitch. Now the company is trying to rewrite their wrongs. Now, I will say this, and this is sort of like ironic that it was an 8-1 decision, and guess who was on the one? Guess who the one was? Our good friend, the idiot of the court, Clarence Thomas. Shameful. It's absolutely, that's the only funny part of this whole fucking story, right? Is that Clarence Thomas was the one in the 8-1 decision. Now, let me tell you, it's not the first time that Abercrombie has been sued for their bad practices. Not too long ago, about 10 years ago, Black, Hispanic, and Asian American college students filed a $40 million lawsuit, right, against the company, and they won. They got a settlement because they had no diversity. Back then, they had fewer than 10% non-whites working in the store. Now it's 50% non-whites to whites. But either way, Abercrombie & Fitch has lost this case, right? And they said, and this is what they said in a statement, and I want to read this to you. Abercrombie & Fitch has a long-standing commitment to diversity and inclusion, and consistent with the law, has granted numerous religious accommodations when requested, including hijabs. We'll see what happens here, but either way, Abercrombie might have shot the sheriff, but in this case, they also shot the deputy. And the courts have ruled against them and their discriminatory practices.